What's going on, everybody? Hey, how's it going? I'm Charlie. You're watching Christmas on Crestline, and we are the unofficial, official watch party for the Great Christmas Light Fight. Today, special time, episodes 5, the heavyweights, and episode 6. And it would not be heavyweights, would it not, if we did not have our very own special guest here, Felicia White, everybody, executive producer of the Great Christmas Light Fight. So I was gonna say for people who don't know you, tell them who you are and what you do, but I kind of just did that for you. So Felicia, how in the world are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm really happy to be celebrating the holidays this year since our filming schedule is a little different. We are all getting to go to more holiday parties, spend more time with family, enjoy the holidays ourselves. So,
Heck
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So for everybody out there, get your questions in fast and early because she's here for one episode, just the heavyweights, and then she's got a Christmas party to get to. So, and I just came for one. So Merry Christmas, Felicia.
Merry Christmas, Charlie. Happy to be here.
So we're gonna watch episode 5 of the Great Christmas Light Fight. Starts in just here in about 9 minutes. Can you tell us what do we have to look forward to? Can you tell us what we're gonna see tonight?
Yes. So our heavyweight special is something that we've done, I believe, 4 or so times. Five now, I believe. I'll have to check that number. Brian is probably
Mhm.
going to message me right now and say I'm wrong.
Yeah, he's already in
And
here. Yeah.
special episode where we have really big displays that are too big for houses, displays that are put on by either it could be a family, but they outgrew their house. It could be a nonprofit organization. It could be a church. It can be any sort of group of friends, and it could be businesses. But these are larger than houses, and these are kind of what we call heavyweight in our light fight.
Mhm. Let's check out some who's tuning in real quick. Do a quick roll call. Monty's tuning in. Brian, we're just talking about your happy light fight night. Hello to you, Brian. Looking forward to the show. My wife's tuning in saying, "Show me the lights." Let's go. Stacy's tuning in from Texas. We're at a Christmas party. We're just talking about that. Heck yeah. And then Crepes tuning in. Great way to end the season's heavyweights rule. Yes, they do. So we were talking a minute ago. You've only ever missed one heavyweight. Is that right?
Yes, so I have been to every single filming of every single heavyweight except for one display. And that was because with these businesses, they have operating hours, they have different, their schedules are much harder
Mm,
than, say, with a family where it's their
right.
house to do what they want. And so one year, this was, I think, 2 years ago, we had two displays that we had to film like back to back, one night after the other. And I like to be at both nights of filming for the heavyweights. So Brady and
Right.
I decided to split it up. So he went to one in New Mexico. I can't remember where I was at the time, but I was at the other one, and I've only missed one in all these times. So heavyweights are extra special to me. I always like to be there for every moment that I can because it's a lot to do. We have literal miles of lights to film sometimes. So having the
Yeah.
extra support for the teams is something that's important to me.
Yeah. Brian's saying it is, in fact, the fifth heavyweight
Oh,
episode.
right. Okay. Nice.
So, do you have any? Well, I was going to say, I was going to ask if you had any favorites in the previous four, but let's concentrate on tonight maybe a little bit more. So, we're going to see some truly unbelievable, over the top spectacles tonight. Are we going to see things in tonight's episode that we've never seen before on the Light Fight?
Absolutely. This is,
Nice.
I would argue, our biggest heavyweight episode. You are seeing things that we have never even broached before. If you've watched the promos, can I give away something that's in the promos? So if you've watched the promos, you know you're going to see a battleship, like a
Yeah.
military battleship. You are going to see displays that are so intricate, that are so large. I mean, it is one of the best episodes we've ever done, in my opinion. It is, and the people are so lovely, genuinely all wonderful to work with.
Yeah. Giatana's calling tonight the super heavyweights edition.
Yeah.
So, does it take extra crew to film a heavyweight episode, or is it just a standard crew?
It's a great question. So we do bring on usually an additional camera person, usually additional grips who are people who handle the lighting and help us set up lighting. Sometimes we'll bring in an additional drone operator. It really depends location to location. We need to adapt to what that specific display is. As you can imagine, filming a battleship that's in the water is different than filming, say, a giant. We've had lots of botanical gardens in the past, right? So they all
Yeah.
have special and unique needs. I'm being like, I'm focusing on the battleship because that was in the promo, but there's other cool things
Yeah.
too that are not as clear in the promo. So I'm keeping that a little more under wraps for the moment.
Now, did you have any special grips that were on the show this year that maybe started with the name Jordan?
So he was not allowed to touch lights. We are a union show lights. But no, Jordan Maywald is a very special ex contestant or previous former contestant, former winner.
Mhm.
And he happened to be at one of our heavyweights because he was helping that display get all set up. And something that people don't realize about the show is we try to have minimal rules as possible. You can hire any help you want. You can have volunteers if you want. We do ask that we know who they are and they have to sign a little waiver if they're part of the filming in any way. But there's no rules, and we have really encouraged people, if you're a smaller display, if you're feeling nervous, you're not feeling ready, reach out to past contestants, ask them to help. It's an amazing community, and
Mhm.
9 times they would be honored to help you.
Oh, absolutely. I hear a lot about, hey, um, our show got hit by a storm, and people will fly in to help others put it together. So pretty neat stuff. I've seen that a couple times. So I thought we might be going live. We got about 4 minutes still. Santa Claus is coming to town. It's still playing. One of my all-time favorites. What's your favorite Christmas movie, Felicia? Well, since we're on topic,
Christmas movie?
or
Oh,
show like Santa Claus is coming to town is not necessarily a movie.
oh yeah. Well, okay. Songs I have like a bunch because I was a choir nerd and I sang a
Okay.
so like Silver Bells, I like Carol of the Bells, I like uh White Christmas, Sleigh Ride. I mean, there's a
Mm,
million beautiful Christmas carols. But as far as movies, ooh, that's tricky. Um,
mm.
I remember for some reason, it's kind of funny. When I was a kid, I remember watching White Christmas because I really loved that song, like Sisters,
Oh
Sisters.
yeah, yeah, with
Really,
Clooney.
I watched it again as an adult, and I told all my friends how great this movie was, and we watched it, and I didn't like it nearly as
Oh
much as
really?
an adult. It was so funny. I don't know. I'm gonna have to
Well,
find
yeah, I
it.
remember my cousins who were in tap and ballet all the time did that song as like 8 and 10 year olds. I'm like, doesn't quite translate. Like I forget Miss Clooney's first name. She was George Clooney's grandma or mom or someone's in it.
Yeah,
Was one of the girls.
I forget her first name. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
but
that song is really the reason for the movie. Is what I realized.
yeah, yeah. The worst scenes you could tell everything was painted in the background. I mean, now we use green screens, but like, yeah,
Yeah,
I appreciate what the art department was trying to do in that.
yeah. I think of a modern movie. I love The Holiday and
Mm,
A Home Alone. Of course, is like a legend. That it's a
yeah,
very special to my generation. I grew up
yeah,
with that movie.
the Weather Channel just interviewed me, had me on a couple weeks ago, and they're asking how do you recreate the Home Alone? I'm like, well, suction cups for the outlines of the windows, you can use those, but there's so many great clips that came out this year. This year was a banner year for brand new Christmas light clips that have never before existed for decorations. So yeah, so you guys, I was telling you backstage a little bit. You are a awesome team to work with. You guys are always, hey, we'll say, hey, can you come on the show? Heck yeah, we'll come on the show. You guys are always awesome about that. You're hitting up the circuits. It's a tight knit community. It's a fun community. But real quick, you're also doing the floor, so make sure people watch the floor, right?
Right. So The Floor with Rob Lowe is an amazing, fun game show that everyone can play along. And that the finale just aired last night on Fox, but you can catch the whole season on Hulu, just like Light Fight.
Like
Both
fight.
my shows they air the next day, or they're available the next day on Hulu. So you can catch up with all 4 seasons. And season 5 is my favorite season of that show, and that's going to be coming out soon. I don't know what the date is yet, so I'll have to keep that.
All right. You guys have already filmed that.
Yes.
Okay.
So It's very common with game shows to film maybe 2 seasons at a time, since
No,
you already
gotcha.
just kind of do it all at once.
Fair enough. So you got the light fight, you got the 40. Any other things in the works for yourself?
Constantly trying to sell my own ideas, and we'll see what the future holds.
Heck yeah.
With Light Fight moving to an earlier schedule, that means that I might have time to squeeze in a third show a year. I don't know. We'll see.
Don't even know. Let's see. Let me get the light fight going. Boom. There we go. I had it. There we go. All right. So this is the heavyweights edition. We're good to go with the light fight here. We'll move our heads around here a little bit, get a bigger screen there. So heavyweight, you got the battleship there. Always taking a tour in the battleship. Okay, so we got Carter first.
Yeah, this is what we call the super tease. So it's showing little glimpse of everything that's to come, in the
Right.
season. Specifically on this one, it's actually showing the tease for this episode, what's in the heavyweight episode.
That so is it all? Is it? Oh, I was gonna say, is it all walk through or drive through? But we see that there's a float through. Genius.
Yes, you picked up on that. I was trying to keep that under wraps until it was clear, but yes, there is a flow through this heavyweights. It
Very
was
neat.
Yeah, lots of boats this episode.
Yeah, you got your life jackets on. Where are we going? Oh, Virginia. Okay. I believe this is the second family for Virginia this season.
And this heavyweight team is at a museum. So they're all people who work on the museum. They're it's a group of veterans and historical experts and volunteers who come together and preserve the naval history. And they've got this battleship, which is the centerpiece of their museum. And they've been decorating it for Christmas for many, many years.
Well, that's neat. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if this was like a decommissioned battleship or somebody that's bought a battleship. I'm like, okay.
So
But what?
Bob there that's being interviewed, he actually had part of his service was on this specific ship. So he has a lot
Ooh.
of personal history and stories that he shares with Carter.
So this is a like a floating museum.
It's a floating museum.
Heck yeah! And they're all they're
And
all they're all there. And what else can you tell us about this team?
yeah, Jeremy, the one who was just being interviewed, this guy, he's very, very funny. I was in stitches. We were in stitches so much that we would sometimes not be able to get things done. But he the kind of the creative and technological mind behind this display. He really had a challenge because it's a historical battleship. They couldn't do anything that would um, leave a trace on the ship, so they had to find lots of ways to install lights where they would be functional and beautiful, but not have any lasting effect on the ship. And you'll see later too, they have lots of wind. So that's a whole nother factor that comes into play as well.
No, I see they got just the single necklace with the one bulb. I've not seen just the single bulb before, so that's a good little change. They look like a fun group.
They're a very fun group and they're really good people, and their passion for this battleship and for the naval community is very, very strong.
Nice. So was it? When did you film this? Was it September? Was it July? Was it November?
It was in November. So for the past 8 or so years, the majority of our filming's been in November. I don't remember the specific date, but I think it was mid-November.
I see they're not all bundled up. I'm always curious when you're by the water and it's in November, December. It's going to be a little bit more chilly than normal. So they're not
It
too
was
terribly bundled up.
It was very cold, but I think they're more used to it. I, on the other hand, was like in a full parka.
Very cool. So they have a. Are these all employees there, or is this friends and families in the background?
Friends and families, employees, you name it. Like I said before, it's a group of veterans, volunteers, and historians and people who work at the museum who um, raised the funds to keep this museum going, to have Winterfest, which is an event where people can come see the lights on the ship. So it's a really nice blend of people. And then, of course, people brought their kids too, and it was a fun night.
Right now, normally when you get ready to turn the lights on, there's like a super secret switch to flip or something big and ball. But this is just he's just talking on the walkie. Okay.
He's doing it like as if he was in the Navy.
Ah, okay. Oh, look at that!
Yeah,
Wow.
it's very impressive. It is absolutely humongous. It's I forget how many football fields, but it is very, very large.
Now Carter is famously big for not wanting to see wires. I don't know how in the world they're going to hide wires on those ship for him.
Because they can't bury them, they can't, tape
Nope.
anything. It's very complicated.
Yeah, we were joking, and I think it was in episode 3 where Carter was talking with the family, and he goes, they're bonding because they both take their hammer upside down and use the claw to dig trenches to hide wires. It was funny.
Yeah.
So, how
Uh,
did you tell us anything more about the ship and the display? How many lights or
yeah.
anything?
So there's what's amazing about this, and they're going to start really exploring it, but they were able to have, like many of our displays do, different lands, different themes. So this area that they're going into right now is very icy. It's got the icicle lights. It's very blue, which looks great with naval spaces. Um, and you see those icicle lights right now. They're kind of moving. You might see more of that. The wind there is like a wind tunnel, and
Ooh,
it continued throughout the night to get windier and windier, and this made filming really challenging. As you can imagine, we film with drones, um we had if I believe, did we have a porter jib here? I know that our regular jib camera could not fit.
okay.
I can't remember if we had a steady cam or a porter jib or something of that nature, but we had to come up with some alternate solutions. Maybe it was just more drone footage because we could not fit our usual camera rig, the really big one with a long arm that gets the high and wides and the sweeping shots. And so this was particularly challenging. You can see that the pathways are pretty narrow, they're pretty low, and we also couldn't, take any risks in damaging the ship. So, which, we would never do to anyone's property. But
Right.
it it was a true challenge to film this one from a logistical standpoint.
Were there any issues with being a floating museum? I would guess not. Were there any issues with any ships on either side of me you had to have moved for filming or anything, or no?
There was a tugboat that was very interested in the lights, and it kept coming back and forth and like making, noise, and it was just like, "Oh man, please leave." But, we can't.
Okay.
We
That would
just had.
make sense for there to be somebody with a boat, getting hired to take tourists around to look at the lights around the battleship. That would make sense that would exist. So, but this was a tugboat, you say?
Yeah, it was just people working on the tugboat that decided to like come check out the lights and get really close to us. But no, there was no issue with any other boats. This is parked right in like with a, I don't know if the word's gangway, with a gangway that connects to the museum, so people can walk straight from the building into the floating museum.
Now, let's say this group wins. I have no idea, but let's say they're the winners. Who in the world? I guess they don't split the trophy. It just becomes a museum piece, maybe then, right?
I would think so. Yeah, I think we're gonna
Hmm.
all go to the museum and find out.
Very
If
good. Well, in
who
the
knows?
in the teaser, we were seeing him walk through the bowels of the boat. So I'm guessing that we're gonna get a bit of a tour here.
Yeah, so right now they're leaving that icy area and they're going into like a little candy cane lane. And he's showing how he had to kind of make do with the structures that were there. So there was this really
Hmm.
long tube thing. Forgive me, I forget what the technical term is or what it was for. But he decided, okay, I can make it into a candy cane. And so just really working with the structure of the boat, to
Hmm.
do as much as they can.
Yeah, the dripping tubes are that they're displayed right now. We're seeing the wind just whip those around a second ago. That was a bravo to your cameraman for that shot. That was a good shot.
Oh, I mean, there's probably many more shots that are on the cutting room floor where they were just, going sideways, but that would have been very distracting for the editing.
Yeah, oh yeah, I bet so. So
Yeah.
were there any other obstacles with filming here? Did you have to get special permission from the Navy to film here or anything?
The museum helped us with those logistics since it's their property. But yes, anywhere we film, we need to have permission, usually from the city, usually from, maybe it's from the county, whoever the
Right.
jurisdiction is. And so we did work with the local jurisdiction, but for the most part, this was on their private property,
Oh,
which
okay.
easier. Um, when we film with the house, we're on private property, but we have to have a lot stationed out in the street. And so that makes it a little trickier.
So it looks like he has some pixels. He's got some AC lights. He's got some DIY. It looks like a couple, maybe a few store bots. So he's got a mixture of really all the genres. Projection mapping too is in there.
Yes, there's a little bit of everything. And that uh, pixel screen that he made, I think we're going to get a closer peek at it later, but he had to really come up with something that would work with the wind since it is always a wind tunnel there. And so it had to
Okay.
a lot of wind through it.
Now, is this a display that producer or casting agent found, or did they apply?
I believe we found them, but you know what? AJ might be able, I see you're there. Hi, AJ. She might be able to clarify that. I can't remember who found them. I don't think they applied, but I could be wrong.
Yep. AJ tuning in.
Yeah, I just tune in and while she Brian said he thinks
Brian.
oh,
Right up.
yes it is.
Yeah.
Right now the historian of the boat is taking Carter through a tour and there's all sorts of different parts of the boat that Carter got to explore and that we got to explore. And it was really interesting to see how they lived on that ship.
So, what was it? Do you have a favorite moment when you were filming there and hanging out there that's like, that was awesome? Other than you said the one fellow was pretty funny and the wind. Any other
Yeah.
experiences you took away from that?
Yeah, I mean, I was really particularly proud with the crew because we all had to put our heads together on how do we get good coverage in such tight spaces. So, for example, there was the shot of Carter walking up the stairs. Well, that's a very tricky shot for a camera person to get as they're climbing up. They're holding a super heavy, big camera, and so we had to do a lot of creative brainstorming and everyone put our heads together and we have a very talented and collaborative team that came up with different solutions, different equipment, whatever was needed. So yeah, that's what stands out to me was lots of discussions about how do we do this.
So, were you on location for just the heavyweights, just for three family or three episodes this year, or three displays?
No, I went to like 5 or 6. I can't it's been a year. I don't remember the exact
Fair
tally, but
enough. So here's my next question:
yeah.
What display city had the best food? Any restaurants or barbecue or anything that stood out to you?
Hmm. Well, since it's top of mind, I did go to a really good breakfast spot in Norfolk where they had delicious biscuits. Let's
Okay.
see what Tanya and I went for a really yummy um, dinner in New Mexico, and we made sure to get all the traditional sopapillas and all the traditional New Mexico. That was for Riera,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and she and I went on a hot air balloon ride. That was very fun.
Was that near Albuquerque or just in New Mexico?
It was near Albuquerque. Yeah,
Have you ever been to the Balloon Fest in Albuquerque?
I would love to go.
Yeah, if you get there after 5 a.m., you got there too late. The balloons are all already there's hundreds, if not 1,000 balloons, just hot air balloons going up. It's an amazing sight to see if you've never been.
I went to one in Temecula, but for my birthday, but I could not get up that early, and I pretty much missed the hot air balloons. But that's
Yeah,
okay.
we came late. We went there. We got there at I think 4 a.m. to get on the bus that takes you up there. So you have to it's a series of events. Bus was late. I'm like, so we got there after like I think maybe 20 or 30 were already in there, but it was still fun. It was a good time.
Nice.
So, what you got any big New Year's Eve plans? Or they're sitting there. ABC's advertising the New Year's Eve special right now, so maybe think of it.
Yeah, that'll be fun for all those who tune in. I'm personally going to on a girls' trip to Vegas, so that will be
Oh,
fun.
nice. I
Yeah.
am not going on a girls' trip to Vegas, so
Oh no.
we are going to. Oh, I thought I was going to. We are going to Mexico for Christmas.
Oh,
So I've never
nice.
been to Mexico, so we'll figure it out. We went to Finland a couple years ago. That was amazing. The perfect trip. I highly recommend Helsinki if anybody here is thinking about you want to live inside a snow globe, go to Finland. It's awesome.
That's very funny that you went all the way to Helsinki before you went to our closest neighbor, but
Yes,
to
yes.
each their
We
own.
went there. Well, my wife's work center, and we went up there, and we went to Helsinki. Went to the Arctic Circle. They have a North Pole area there, but the Arctic Circle is pretty neat.
So I
All
think
right,
we're
so
back.
we are back. Oh, sorry, I thought I was showing it. We're not. I'm not even showing it. Why am I not showing it? There it goes. Boom. All right, so that's got to be windy up there. Oh, they got a little house
Yeah.
there. I missed the little house the first time. That is
The
an
little
amazing
house.
view right there.
Yeah, up on the, I think they called it a crow's nest. Uh, Once again, we had to be really strategic. How do we film up there? There was really barely any room for a camera person to be up there with Carter and the historian, but we felt it was really important to see it from above and really get the whole scope. It's absolutely magical from above.
Do you have any specs on this display? How many lights, or how long does it take them to put it up, or anything?
You know what? That would have been really smart to have that ready, but I don't.
You know what?
Um,
And here's the thing: everybody
yeah,
that's tuning in to watch us talk right now, they're not watching us talk. They're watching the show. They'll come back in the commercials. So
yeah.
that's kind of the running joke is they have way more information on this than I do. But this is just the
Well,
fun part that we get to do. So
you know
you're sitting
what?
here, you're getting ready to go to Christmas party. You've already done all this hard work. You just get to reap the benefits and relax and watch it. It's awesome.
Yeah, and Brian just corrected me here. You see, this is why we need him. He was right. It was the Plord family that we filmed with in New Mexico. Riera
Yeah,
was
Mike Rivera's in
Arizona.
Texas.
So Brian,
Yeah.
Brian, I think wrong on. I think Riera was Arizona.
Now we're going to California. What we got in here in California?
Okay, here
Imaginarium.
in California, we have a beautiful display, and it is our third Chinese lantern display, but it is by far the absolute biggest, and I dare to say the most creative one we've had. They've all been spectacular. But Lulu, her vision is very, very large. And unlike some of the other Chinese lantern displays we've had on the show, this one also has very large areas where it's just pixels or it's immersive rooms. And so it has a little bit of everything and carnival rides, etc. It's so big that it takes up a large portion of the LA fairgrounds. I mean, that's how big this display is.
Okay, that was gonna be my next question. So this is on the actual Los Angeles Fairgrounds, or no?
It
It would be Los Angeles, but
It was the year that we filmed. I don't know if that's their future plan because they, in fact, this display she made is so popular that she now has several different ones all throughout California. I think at least 3 locations.
ooh,
And so I don't know if it's going to be at the LA Fairgrounds again this year, but it's quite spectacular. And she has at least one Lulu, that's the one with the antlers that was just on camera. She's kind of
yeah,
the and they have at least one display that is year round Imaginarium.
yep. Is this a year-round job for her, or is she like a state employee, or what?
No, no, this is a private venture, and it is her
Okay,
baby. And she's just grown it and nurtured it. And she has this amazing team. That's the team there. And they all work very, very hard to um, bring the vision to life. And later in the tour, you'll hear from one of the designers, the person who like comes up with like the actual imagines the characters and then sketches them out. And she's absolutely so impressive.
so how do we discover the Imaginarium? Did they come to you? Did you go to them?
That's another great question for AJ. I don't know, or Kristen if she's on. I think for the most part, in my experience, heavyweights we have to pursue them.
Mm,
I really had I don't know of many heavyweights that have chased after us because they're businesses, they're focused on their business. I don't think they're quite as
makes
aware of
sense.
the way the homeowners are.
Yeah, we've never really sat down, you and me, and broken down heavyweights. We usually just kind of focus on the families. We usually don't pay a whole lot of attention to heavyweights because they don't happen every year.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Now,
So
so far,
this
Brian has nailed every single winner this year. And he's right now, he's calling Lanterns 50-50 without even seeing it. So we'll see
It
what
is
happens.
very impressive. I'll be curious to see what everyone's reactions are when they turn on the lights. This was fun to film. Being dependent on the judge making a shot is always tricky for filming.
Yeah, his lack of lasso abilities is stuff of legend nowadays. Took him 8 attempts to get it, and then this year Tanya had to throw the ball into 5 different buckets. That was interesting. So Brandon Reaver says the battleship sure was different. What's up, Brandon? We got Valerie Shirky of Wichita, Kansas lore tuning in. We got Chris tuning in. Of course, AJ tuning in. And I believe that thumbnail is her at an award show. I can't quite tell. You guys got nominated for some awards this year. You want to talk about that for a second?
Yeah, we're really happy to win in 2025. We not only were nominated for ARTAs, but we won an ARTA, and
Mm-hmm.
that was really exciting. Many of our team members got to be there for the awards that year, and that's something that's near that particular show is near and dear to our hearts. Kristen and the team were also nominated for a casting award, which is really well deserved and very exciting.
Nice.
Yeah, and we continue to hope that someday we will get an Emmy because we think we deserve it.
Yes, I agree. Everybody is pulling for you to get. If we could vote for you to get an Emmy, you'd have like 9 of them by now.
Yeah, we would love that.
Yeah, that would be awesome. We'd love to see it, especially if you brought the Emmy to the conventions like Emmy and the Light Fight Trophy.
Well, I would not fly with an Emmy. That would be the case and never leave my mantle. In fact, Max Swedlow, our other EP, he has many Emmys because he works on Shark Tank, and so he has many, many Emmys. And many of our producers also work on Shark Tank, and very jealous of that. But yeah.
Yeah, I've got several friends who are on Shark Tank, including my cousin who dang near got thrown out. He did not have a good experience on Shark Tank. I forget the gal's name on Shark Tank, but he stole her font apparently, and she called him out on it. He's like, "Yeah, I hired a company to do that. Sorry, it was funny. We tease him about it all the time.
Oh, geez.
We tease
What
him.
did Brian say? We read something wrong? I meant there have been two past
You read
heavyweights with
wrong.
Lane. One win. Yeah, that's how we read it. That's a
Oh, that's what
15.
you mean. Okay, I thought he was saying that he's called it tonight, 50-50, whether they win tonight. So yeah,
Oh no, I've interpreted it that way.
congrats and yes for an Emmy. Yeah. So yeah, we don't. I'm more or less lantern ignorant. I have never seen a lantern show in person, so I'm curious to see how this. Yeah, we don't do that a
They're
lot in
abs
Kansas.
Yeah, they're really amazing because like I would almost equate it to how some people use Coro to diffuse the light and to create
Mhm.
like a shape with the light, or they use 3D printed, plastic to go over the pixels. Well, instead they're using silk. And so it's really beautiful and it requires quite a large amount of engineering. However, it is very low tech engineering, something that has been done for centuries. So
Right.
it really impressive. And you'll get to see in the episode that Carter peeks inside and they left part of it unfinished so you can see the inside of the lantern.
Okay. So to start off, he's got to make it. He made it. All right, let's go. Oh,
He made
okay.
it. So that's the whole grounds. It's very large. They've got
Oh, never
these
seen
are
that
all lanterns.
before.
Yeah. And they have different worlds, different themes. They had a bit of a fairy tale theme woven throughout. This is their gingerbread land. You can see there's carnival rides. It's really quite impressive.
Wow.
Hmm.
Okay, this is huge.
It is huge.
So that the characters like that, is this all stuff they made themselves or what?
Yes, they're all designed by this team and
Wow.
all of their creation. Now, some of them allude to fairy tales, there's like um, the wolf with the red hood and whatnot. And these were some of the immersive rooms. So Carter's inside one of the immersive rooms there.
So because
These
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, like these flowers, these are all lanterns as well. It's all wire sculptures with silk lining and hand painted silk.
Makes me think of Evelyn Quintero's display, but on steroids because they all grew up.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Different
So
different engineering, but same beauty.
if they had a lot of fairy tale things on there, were there any things you guys couldn't film because of copyright issues?
There's almost every display has something we can't film
Yeah.
because of copyright, but it's no big deal. We are now very well organized on how to prepare them, what we can film, what we can't film, what we have to film around, what they can leave off until after we're there. And so even with the heavyweights, it's easier with the heavyweights. They have so much we can just not focus on any area that's problematic.
Right.
Um, also, we have to be a little more forward planning with the families.
Was there anything
So the
about this
woman
episode that? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, just the woman in the purple with the lights on her. I think she's the
Mhm.
one who drew not Lulu in the red, but the other one. She drew all of the characters and designed them.
Really?
Yeah.
So are these all friends, or just she just got her own design team
They're
together?
all
They
a
all
team.
just
They work together. So whether they're in charge of installation, design, coordination of the event, that this whole team puts on the event with the help of many, 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 many artisans to create the sculptures because it is very labor intensive.
wow. Was there anything that got left on the cutting room floor that you wish would have had time to show on this one?
Oh, with every single display, every single year. I mean, every family is amazing and beautiful, and we have such special moments with them. We truly have enough to fill a whole hour with each family we film with and each display, even the heavyweights.
Yeah, Tiffany Raborni is tuning in saying it reminds me of Zood's Wild Night display. Yeah, so we have Wild Nights
Yep.
at the lights.
Yep.
Yeah, Brian's saying the same thing I did. They look like Evelyn's. They're gorgeous.
Agreed.
So
Yep.
see,
They did the
visually to
chase
me, sorry, go ahead.
in there. Oh, it was just cool how they put the chasing lights inside of the waves so that it, gave that effect.
Yeah. So I was gonna say visually to me that looks like it's thin material, but you said earlier it's silk, so it gives off that nice kind of nice soft glow.
Yeah, diffuse lighting. And they can do the hand painting. So sometimes they'll paint on like eyeballs or they'll make it an ombre. Sometimes it's just dyed all one color. It depends on what effect they're going for. I
Very
think to
cool.
really striking about this lantern display is you'll see some of them, the wires are very close together. Like it has so much structural detail, which not all of them have. And here they're inside a giant cupcake where you can see the structure and how they build it.
Nice. That the Carter should like that just fine.
Yeah.
DIY time. So what are their crowds normally like for this display? Do you know?
Crowds.
Yeah.
It's a very popular display. All of their locations are. So I think that I mean, I would imagine there are very large crowds there at all times. Of course, we filmed with them earlier than they're open to the public, so you'll see that
Okay.
there'll be a crowd while we're there and
Now
see the fabric open there.
I should. No, I'm thinking about. I should show that at least once or twice tonight. By gosh.
Yes, feel free to.
Lightfightcasting.com to be on next year's episode, folks.
Absolutely. And you don't have to be a heavyweight. You don't even need a big display. We take displays of all sizes.
Do you still
That
have spots open for next year?
we are always looking for more people, and we're always in the process of cultivating new leads. And whether you can make it on quickly or it takes a couple years, everyone has a different journey, and it's very common to take a few years. But we are still taking applications. Yes.
Yes, AJ had a great way of saying it. She said, if it's something we've never seen before, you're more likely to get it on the first year. So it was a Geo home last week that got on
Yep.
their first time because they've never seen it before. And I forget
Yep.
what the other thing y'all never seen before they got on too. But she had a great point there. As always, light up your dark spaces, and we've never seen it before, you got a good shot.
Yes. Unique, 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 and density, density, density. Those are probably the two most important things.
Yes, we hear all the time from folks that like, yeah, I didn't want to put lights on my roof, but the show said I had to, so I did. Like, yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, but to be on the show, I think you can, and every single one of them afterwards tells me, "Oh, you're right, it looked better."
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a new clip this year that I'm just head over heels for. It's a downspout clip. No one ever puts lights on their downspouts. It just came out this year, first of a kind clip. Completely changes how just regular house lights look. So the technology's catching up with the hobby, I think.
Absolutely. Well, the people within the hobby keep inventing more.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Lots of color, Ryan's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Lots of color.
One thing we've noticed that a lot of the shows this year kind of have a palette theme, a color palette theme, but this is just an explosion of color on this one.
Yeah, I think everyone should pick like what is their perspective, what is their theme, what is their journey, and then really go for it, right? Sometimes it
Right.
makes sense to have an explosion of color, not just what you just saw, but also let's say our Candyland theme that we had a couple of years back, like things like that go for all the color. But then other displays, it makes sense to be a little bit more particular, right? The battleship had a lot more blues and a lot more naval looking colors, right? That made sense for their display.
Yeah. Jordan's saying something about a rivers next,
Yes.
whatever
So
that means.
the next display, Jordan was a helper on, and it was funny because I didn't know he was going to be there until I was there, and he was
Oh,
like,
really?
"Yeah," he was being shy, but it was very important. So it's very important that everyone gets all the help they want. Everyone's allowed to do whatever they need to do the best display possible.
That's awesome. So, so did Jordan come up and just start waving at you? Did he tap you on the shoulder, or did he say boo? How did you realize Jordan was there to say hi to you?
To be honest, I think I found out from Anne beforehand because she was there
Okay.
before me. But it was it was wonderful to see him, and I had never met Jordan in person
Oh, really?
at that
Okay.
because I did not go to his filming for his.
Mhm.
But of course, I knew him. I had spoken to him. We had, I don't know if we did Zooms back in those days. Maybe we had Zoomed, if not phone called. And so yeah, now we know each other in person.
Very cool. Yeah, yeah. We told we did one of them. I didn't want to dive in too deep which one it was, but he said he had a great time doing it, and he was there for a couple days or maybe longer. I forget now, but had a great time.
Yeah. And it's fun to see. We've had many former contestants be in the crowds of their friends' displays when it's their friend's turn, and it's always fun for them to experience it from the other side. Now that they've seen it
Mhm.
on the inside, to then see it from the crowd perspective or the helper perspective, it's a totally different journey.
Yeah, if memory serves, I think Brian was in the background of one episode. Seems like he had a buddy or something that got on the show before he was on the show, if memory serves.
Yeah, there's been quite a few. I mean, I think the Lunars maybe have been in some crowds, if I'm not
Mm-hmm.
mistaken. Um, yeah, the community is very strong. And if you're just joining the community, welcome and know that you're going to have lots of friends and supporters before you know it. And like Charlie said, the best way is to go to one of the conventions and you'll find
Oh yeah,
amazing.
and the convention circuit's not shrinking; it's actually expanding. We got the new one in Philadelphia came out last year.
Correct.
I went to the Ace Hardware convention last year with a ton of Christmas light folks there. I actually went to 7 conventions last year, so
Wow.
yeah, you're
Well,
talking about Candylands earlier. Brian
yeah,
just did a live from there.
nice. Yeah, it's beautiful. I enjoyed that display. I saw it. It's so funny. Sometimes I question myself. I said, did I see it in person? Or did I
Yeah,
just episodes so many times and talk to them so many times that I feel like I was there in person? I honestly am not sure on that one, but I feel like I was there, at least in spirit.
well, you're a busy gal. I'm sure the shows are crossing together and the contestants cross over together a little bit. So, but
It does.
speaking of conventions a little bit, I think that's one for me. It's one benchmark to show that the hobby is not shrinking. Is because conventions are expanding.
Absolutely.
Going back to
Here we
Texas. Okay.
So
I love. Go ahead.
this is at a family owned um, club. So, sometimes there's country clubs, but this is what they call a family club. And when Linda and her family bought this country club, she adapted it to be more family friendly, more family oriented. And I think
Okay.
that's where the water park came in. And then they realized that it was sitting empty during the winter. They weren't doing anything with the space during the winter, and that's when they started decorating. And man, do they go all out. I'm excited for you to see it.
Now, did you have to tell any of these heavyweights to fill in the dark spaces?
Not as much of a problem with the heavyweights. They
Okay.
generally, kind of fill things in. Of course, not everything is perfect for television. So sometimes we do give them suggestions or requests based on what's better for TV. It's a little trickier with the businesses though, because they also have to adhere to like ADA codes and things that homes don't have to do.
Right.
So actually, they usually do it as much as they possibly can. There's less of us asking them to fill in.
Now, are these siblings here and mom or what?
Nope, they all work at the park. They've worked there for a long time. They do have a family vibe because they've worked together for so long. So it was a very fun, playful energy. And I'm sure by now they've explained that they have an around the world theme. So they're going to take us on a journey around the world through the river.
Okay. Yeah, they look like they could have been related. I didn't even know. All right. I already like the
They just all
backdrop.
have Texas tans. They all have Texas tans.
Yeah. 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 And they're all wearing long sleeves. Okay. November, Texas. All right.
Yeah, it can get cold there too.
Yeah, I think some folks down in Wichita Falls were complaining it got into the 30s last year. Like, yeah, that's a Tuesday here where I'm at. My gosh. Let's see here. No, Rob, they're not both heavyweights. Just this episode. The next one goes back to families.
Yep. We
So,
end back families. Yeah.
what's the logic with putting the heavyweights at number five in the string of six episodes? Is that just because
You
right
know,
before
we
you were
just
done, or what?
we decided we wanted to lead the finale night. And it just felt like a good order. We like, as you know, we love variety and we love mixing things up. Um, this is when you talk about density on a display, there's some
Hmm.
parts here that I'm going to point out that like this. Look at that
Wow,
density, all ornaments.
wow, this
Yeah.
that wow, that's some time.
Yes.
See, this
So
makes me
this
think
is
of Disney.
yeah, it kind of had that it's a small world feeling to it.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I was thinking.
And this was, I would say, even more challenging to film than the battleship in some ways. In other ways,
Really,
challenging. They both had their challenges, but you're on these little rafts and they're harder to control, like the movement of them when you're filming. And
right?
there's water noise and you got to be really careful about water damage to cameras and yeah, it was just its own unique challenge, but it was a very fun challenge. We really enjoyed it. And this is another location where, because of the windy river, we couldn't really fit a big jib. We had it on the outside and we filmed as much as we can, but for the most part, we relied more on drone and handheld cameras for this filming.
Did you have to bring in your own boat to when you did film in the boat, or did you use theirs?
We used one of theirs. Yeah.
Okay,
So yeah. And you'll when we see that part, I'll explain it a little bit better because it's almost easier to explain when you see them in the boats. But they had this where they just were is they were in the queue area because they get such a massive queue for families to go on the ride that they put all of the villages and the animatronics for families to enjoy while they're waiting for the ride.
now how many days was this filmed over? Is this two?
Hmm.
Okay,
Even with our heavyweights, we do two. We just have more crew and we just kind of attack it from a volume during the day. Yeah.
makes sense. What's anything that stood out here about the display? Like, oh, I've never seen that before. Obviously it's on water, so there's probably going to be a lot you didn't see, right?
Yeah, of course, the water ride of it was very unique. But to me, I thought every time that they covered one of those bridges, and we'll see it again in more detail as they go through the ride, the sheer density is so amazing. It's something that I think we could all aspire to. I mean,
Yeah.
it is really covered, and it feels very luxurious in the way that it's covered.
Brian said he spotted Carter, or he spotted Jordan in the episode.
He was in the crowd, I think. Yeah.
Okay, I forgot to look. I apologize, Jordan. When I go back and watch, I'm like, I know that guy.
I'm sure Jordan will have a screenshot on his Facebook wall.
There you go. There you go. So
Yeah.
if they win, Jordan, did you get like a little mini light here if they won? Oh, that'd be funny.
He's
What's
just
If Jordan's obviously going to pull for them, you have to abstain because you can't
I
have any
love all
favorites.
children equally.
So here's what we've been asking everybody in every watch party episode. Start voting. Do you want the battleship? Do you want who do you guys want to see win here? Brian's nailed it every time. I'm curious to see who Brian votes for.
But you haven't even seen most of this display yet, so I feel this is premature.
Oh, it's 100% premature. It's kind of like when I go to a high school football game and the announcer gets on there at the third quarter. Hey, students, if you don't have a ride, call now. So I always get that out there at the commercial break. Start voting because they're not watching unless it's during the commercials. So I want to hear some votes.
Okay. All right. Show us your votes.
Yeah. Jordan saying it's so cool in person.
It is amazing. They're all amazing. Every single display, including the houses, even the small houses, are even better in person. It's just how it is.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's been. I think everybody loves all 6 episodes or all 5 episodes so far this year. There's been some grumbling that hey, why are all the Pixel shows starting to win? When normally there's grumbling like, hey, how come the Pixel shows don't win? But that's all right. We're getting some good content out of that.
Here's the thing. The judges have a very hard decision where they have to pick
Yeah.
three very different displays. And so it's really not about the type of display. It's about given those three choices and the
Mm,
experience had in person, they never see the footage. So we have to imagine in person,
yeah.
things are 3D, things are experiential. It is, and that's how they're picking.
Here's
So
one cool thing
yeah.
about the way you guys do it as opposed to other shows. Like if it's an American Idol, you're telling people face to face, "Hey, you're out here." I love that you don't have to do that in the Great Christmas Light Fight. I think they kind of ruin it a little bit. It's kind of like you'd see sad people rather than happy people. So I don't know. I like how
It
you
would
guys
not,
pick the winners.
yeah, it would not be in the spirit of Christmas to we might only have one person with a trophy, but I think everyone's winners for just getting on the show because that's the hardest competition.
Yes,
There's so many amazing families that apply. So if you even get to be on the show or even get to be an alternate, that is a real honor.
and I think that's universally accepted. I've never heard. Maybe there is. I'm sure there is. There's been over 100 folks, but it's been generally brought up that even like J.R. Matos, he didn't win, but he loves being on the show. That he was on the show.
Yes. And we've seen that the show launches people's careers if they want to go into this industry and regardless of winning.
So the Great Christmas Light Fight just got interrupted by a special report from ABC.
Oh,
Oh, they brought it back. They
okay, good.
brought it in for a special report. They took it out. Okay, I thought we were done with the light fight tonight, but ABC didn't do that.
Yeah.
All right.
So this is when Carter realizes that it's a boat ride. We kept it a secret. And yeah.
So he saw all that water and didn't know it was a boat ride.
He so what we were showing you lots of things he couldn't see from his vantage point until now.
Okay.
And the
Very
reason
cool.
we did that is because in the home package, when you're learning about them, there was no way we had to explain their story that they were a ride. So the viewer was in on it from the beginning. Carter just now found out. And so this is how it's nothing's motorized. And because we're filming, they had to have people guide them through, like walk them through. And I believe they do that normally for safety reasons anyways. So we had one boat with them, and then myself and Anne and the camera people and John, we were all the producers and the camera people, we were all in a separate boat right behind them. And the guides that are moving the boats are constantly turning them so they can see things, but we need to be out of the way. And it was quite a song and dance, but it was very fun to figure out.
So I assumed this was a lazy river, where it has a natural propulsion, but there's somebody behind you pushing it?
It
Oh,
is a
right there. Okay.
It is a lazy river. However, we will never finish our filming night if we waited for the lazy river to take its natural course. So
Okay.
they needed a more a more curated guide.
Right. Dude, that'd be fun to me. I'd like to be the guide. Get to walk in water and everybody's in a good mood all the time.
Yeah. And so you can see they're going through the different areas. We had already passed South America now, or then we were in Europe. Now this is just a beautiful ornament tunnel. Um, it's hard to even capture on camera how incredibly stunning this is. But I say that about all the displays. All of them are like that. Yeah.
I don't see, with him sitting in the
I think we
boat,
do a good
immersed
job.
in lights, I don't see how he doesn't pick them as the winner. You just got to put yourself in his position right now. I mean, look at his face right there. There's another little hidden trick. Anytime Carter calls somebody a genius twice in one episode, he always picks him as a winner. We figured out.
I don't know about that, but uh, see, there's certain stats that Brian shouldn't look into because honestly, Brian, maybe you're ruining it for people. Like people don't know patterns that they do, right? No.
Yeah,
Also,
little patterns.
editing. So he might be calling everyone geniuses 17
You're
times
not
in a row,
wrong.
down a
You're not
lot.
wrong. Oh, Texas flag there. I like it. Okay,
All of our Texas families usually have a Texas flag.
that's true.
So now they're going
So,
through the continent of Africa and seeing the African animals. And they have some animatronics here.
so we're muted, but is there music that goes with this ride or any other sort of ambiance?
They have animal noises and sounds. For filming purposes, we usually keep sounds minimal so we can get good
Right.
audio, and then music's put in after the fact.
So they're in Texas. This is all seems as if it's all most of it's open air. Any problems with filming there that night?
No, this one was easy. We just had to figure out the logistics of the river and camera stuff. But other than that, it was, like the other three, it was a real joy to film. I forgot to mention it, but Imaginarium probably had another hurdle that I didn't even think of till now. Because of its location, we weren't allowed to film any drones. And that was a bummer because it was such a big property.
Was it too close to an airspace or something?
It must have been, or a military something or other. So
Okay.
the restriction lifted. So we had to come up with really creative solutions, like going up way up on bleachers very far away and doing different things of that nature.
You can always take the hot air balloon and then just jumped off and filmed as you went down.
I think if we can't fly a drone, I don't think they're going to let us fly a hot air balloon.
Probably not. Probably not. Oh, we get to see. Okay, he's going behind the scenes now. All right. Okay, so he's looking at the facades. All right.
Yeah. So seeing how, we love to see how things are built, see
Yeah,
the ugly of the display.
it's a very, very, very detailed blueprint there. That's awesome. That's
Okay.
funny.
Brian put his bet in.
5 for 5, hard destroy unprotected. A second Houston heavyweight participant will snag the Coyote Light Fight. River Lights, yeah, I probably would have gone with the lanterns, just because I think the battleship is in its all. I think it had its probably this is just my opinion. Had its best view in the crow's nest. I think the lantern would have been cool to see, but I think that river, I think that price solidified it. I say that, and the battleship will win hands down. But we always like to have our little fun here.
Yeah. Brian. I don't know if a second vote counts. I think you only get one vote, Brian.
Brandon's
I
taking off the training. Hey, we'll see you later, Brandon.
I can't vote, obviously,
Yeah,
for many reasons. But what I will say is that sometimes who, I'm going to all these heavyweight displays in person, and sometimes who I think I would pick when I'm there is not who I think I would pick when I watch the show. So I will say that.
I get
And,
that. That makes
and
sense.
I think to myself, oh, my personal opinion would probably be different than the judges sometimes. Sometimes we're very aligned a lot of the time, but it's so hard to know. It's a real experiential thing.
Oh, I bet it is. It's comes off to me kind of like like if you're watching Simon Cowell, he'll say several times that he watches all of his shows back later because what he hears in person isn't what he hears later. So that kind of correlates to what you're saying. Things pop differently on TV.
Yeah, and editing has a little bit of a hindsight thing. But look, it's an impossible decision. They're all amazing. I think this is one of our best episodes yet, as far as, the scale of the displays and the DIY in this episode is incredible.
Oh yes, yeah. And then so they do this in the winter, and then they're just kind of a family swim park in the summer. Is that right?
Yeah, so they have tennis courts and then they have the swim park, and it's very
Okay.
family centric, unlike like some of the other clubs there that are very like more adult centric.
Nice. I like it. That right there is just a great shot. Actually,
Right.
the entire river area is neat. How long does that take from the time you get on the boat to the time you're done if you took it as a normal tourist?
They said 7 minutes, but because we were
Oh,
filming so much, it took us longer. But I think if
7
you're just
minutes. I would have
driving
thought
as a passenger,
25. I
it's
would have thought it would have been taking longer. Okay.
yeah. Well, we went through, I think, 2 or 3 times with Carter. And then, of course, we went through another 2 or so times on our own, just getting B-roll.
Right. Oh, he autographed it? All right.
He autographed her plans.
We loved last week when Tanya autographs the yearbook. The girl's dream board. Her dream was to win the light fight. She ended up winning the light fight. That was an awesome moment.
Yeah, it was really sweet. And we've had so many kids grow up watching the show and then end up being on the show now. That's how long we've been around. It's truly like amazing to feel that impact.
Yeah,
There's a
you'll have.
reminder, go to ABC, but trick, don't go to abc.com, skip it, and go to lightfightcasting.com because that's where it'll route you to that anyways. So it's much
Yes.
more
What?
lightfightcasting.com.
Light fight casting. So we have you here for about a few more minutes. We're gonna see who wins, get you out of Dodge, get you to your Christmas party. Um, so before they come back on the air, when we got people's attention during the commercials, what's up, everybody? Any parting comments? Anything you'd like the people to know about?
Um, yeah, I think it's really important that if you have a display, know that like no matter the size of the display, what you're doing for your community is amazing. And we're fans. And, if you want to be on the show, just keep growing. You're welcome to go to our website and apply if you think you're ready. If you don't think you're ready, you can also go there and find some tips,
Mhm.
and reach out to the community. Go to the conferences, get to know people, and we are the only competition show that has a community like this, and that's something that I truly love about this job, is that we are creating, some light in some really dark times. You
Yeah.
know, we're really grateful for everyone who's a part of the show, whether you're just a fan or you're a former contestant or a hopeful contestant or Charlie with your show. So thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone.
Yeah. Who needs an entire light show? I'd have Felicia come on my show. Boom. Here we go.
Hmm.
Nope. Now, Brian, if you didn't know, just as a resource to future contestants, he has
Yeah,
an entire series on his brand new YouTube channel about what to do and how to get on the show. Pretty neat. Good, useful tool.
it is.
Everybody's calling on the river. Santa's castle display. What? A 2025 contender? What's up, buddy?
Is that, who's that, Riera?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
hi.
yeah. Yeah, he's saying hi to you. He'll be on the show here in a few coming weeks. He and I need to get there on time, and he's going to come on the show as well.
Great. Yay. More community.
Heck yeah! So, what else? So you're gonna have yeah? What kind of Christmas party are you going to? It's you said it's for the Christmas
It's
group.
it's my team that does the floor, which is the other
Oh,
show
that's
I
right.
do. You know? And so happy to celebrate with them as well. And I'll be rewatching some of these lovely episodes with my family this Christmas. So lots
Mm-hmm.
of Christmas celebrations. But the only thing missing is light fight. But I've been glad to do these interviews and feel the love from the community, and we can't wait to. We're casting right now, and we can't wait to get back to filming.
Yes, yeah. Everybody can't wait for you to get back to filming. So I think that'll be good for the buzz for the upcoming conventions because everybody's gonna be like, you guys are always a topic there because everybody wants a trophy. To be honest with you, nobody really cares about the money. So I don't think you ever hear somebody say, "How come it's not 500,000?" Nah, we just want the trophy.
It's a very humble community. You're all doing this for your love of Christmas and love of community.
Yeah.
So that's what I love. People's hearts are in the right place.
Well, I think we're all secretly a little bit selfish because one of my favorite things is when people come by the show, like I get my Christmas cards taken in front of your house every year. I love that because you get to see the little kids grow up, and
Yeah.
I love that
That's
part.
not selfish. How is that selfish?
I don't know because I get a kick out of it. I don't know.
You're
I get a
allowed
kick
to
out of
take
it.
joy in your hard work, Charlie. That's not selfish.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I appreciate that. All right, we
Oopsie.
got the red car here. Brian's always great about spotting reflections in the car, so he can usually call it a few seconds before the rest of us. Um,
And we're gonna have some really cool new reefs next year. And I won't take the glory in saying more details, but they were donated to us by an awesome member of the community, and I'm sure they will share that soon.
Yes, wreath redesign for season 14 coming up.
Yep,
But mum's the word on the creator until the creator calls himself out or herself. They could go either way.
correct. So
Brian
this is
saying
the
thanks for
recap.
doing this and for interviewing him the other week. Have a great job. You did a great job this season.
We all did. It was a huge team effort. We have the most amazing team from casting, crew, editing, contestants. It's all a big team effort.
And Will's in his yard right now with the kids screaming at when the snow machine goes off. All right, that's very cool. Yeah, it's amazing how many other light fighters come on, and it's a true family. Everything about this is awesome. So
Yeah.
that's good stuff. Okay, so recap them. Oh, that's a unique red car. That's not a GTO this time.
We always try to find a unique. It's just about what's available.
Oh, certainly. Oh, this looks like the battleship,
We'll find out very soon.
and it is going to be. Is it the battleship? It is the battleship. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, battleship for the win. Look at that. Brian Zane is wrong. Yep, AJ, lightfightcasting.com or message AJ Rochester on Facebook to get on the show.
Absolutely. Lightfightcasting.com. And look at Carter in his bomber jacket going to the naval place. He's
Oh,
so on
yeah,
theme.
good call. And do you know, we're muted now, but do you know what his articulation was about why he picked the battleship?
um, it was impressive. And honestly, in person, it's just so
Massive.
impressive. And truly, the DIY is some of the most complicated because they couldn't attach anything, right? Nothing could have any effect on the ship. So, how they got all of that to stay in ways that had no impact on the ship is just like a different, very nerdy DIY that we had never seen before.
That was a great reaction. I love it. I love reaction. I love that reaction. That's a good for them. Proud of them. Good job.
Yeah, they loved it. And it's a good group of people doing things for their community, as all of our families do.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
And
yeah. It's got a military background. Very, very cool stuff.
yeah.
Good job. That's neat. They seem happy. He seems happy. But you can't go wrong with the battleship. I'm sure that the sheer impression of being next to that battleship, just how small he had to feel next to a giant machine.
I have to brag for a minute. Did anyone notice that the Santa hats on the trophies got so much better this year? That was all me. So I have to brag for a moment. I absolutely hated how they looked in the previous years. And so this year I was like, I can't take it anymore. We need to turn these into proper Santa hats that aren't these baggy, weird things. And they look so much better, I think.
Good job. Did you just quick call to the props department? Was it?
I wish we had no, I just found a seamstress and we just made it come true. And with the help of team members and it's little tiny details. We always tweak, we always perfect.
Yeah, Bumplayer said that he's been on the ship before. Very cool. Been on that ship.
Yeah, it is a huge feat to decorate that ship.
Yeah, Brian said he also knows who the reefs are coming from. Good times.
Well, thank
Okay.
you everyone for having me and enjoy the next episode and make sure to get film of your display if you're going to apply. Never this way, always horizontal. Film your display horizontal and submit it on lightfightcasting.com.
Yeah, lightfightcasting.com. Lightfightcasting.com to be on the show. Felicia White, the executive producer of the Great Christmas Light Fight. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day today and be with us. Have a lot of fun at the Christmas party tonight.
Thank you so much. Take care, everyone.
All right,
Bye.
we'll see you later. Bye. All right, everybody. So that does it for Felicia White. She came in one and done for the. We going to commercial. We're going to commercial. No, we're not. We're going to go to Plano, Texas. Look at Texas popping up again. Yeah, a lot of Texas this year. The Lauder family from Texas. Okay, Elftown Depot. All right, all right. I see you, Elftown. Yeah, AJ. I don't have another guest. I apologize. Felicia had a Christmas party for the floor tonight. Felicia or AJ, if you want to come on, you're more than welcome to come on. But yeah, no next guest. Felicia ended up getting double booked tonight. She had us and she had the floor. Oh, you found her? Really? That's see, AJ. Do you want to pop in real quick? I can send you a link right quick if you'd like to pop in. Okay, let me send you the link. I'm gonna let you guys watch this first. No sense of watching it. Where is my invite guest button at? There we go. And let me go over here to Gmail, and I'm going to email AJ. As soon as my email decides it wants to work, it's loading. Stop with that. Oh, AJ. Boom. Link. All right, just emailed you the link there, Miss AJ. So AJ, impromptu, Rochester, casting director for the Light Fight, is going to come on here in a second. That's how we roll here, folks. When Charlie is in need of a guest and an impromptu, the Great Christmas Light Fight steps up and does their thing. So we'll have AJ pop on here in a second. And the trophies are clean and shiny, not foggy. Yes, not one fog this year so far. So we'll see how that goes. Person Charlie plane ticket. Yeah, absolutely. Is that AJ calling me? Nope, that's somebody texting me. Oh, it's my daughter texting me. So I don't know anything about this family. I love their outfits though. Outfits are on point. Tanya's got a hat on, got to jump off. Okay, Devin, we'll see you later. Very cool. So yeah, I love the outfits. A lot of. Did you guys notice that the heavyweights outfits were not that awesome? Nothing. They just didn't match. And boom, what's going on, AJ?
Hey, don't mind me. I don't have any makeup on because I was just sitting at home watching.
You know what? Neither do I. I don't have any on either. So we're matchies. We're matchies. So
Love
hey,
it.
thanks for joining us. What can you tell us about this family?
Okay, so this family, I love this family. I actually found them on TikTok with a 15-second clip, and I harassed people to give me the address. I found the address. I went to Google Maps. Well, I didn't find the address. I found the street name. And then I followed them on Google Maps on the street view and I found the matching house. And then I used White Pages and I called her and I said, hey, you want to hear something crazy? I think you have what it takes to get on the Great Christmas Light Fight. And they were not this big. They had a few things. They had the big elf, and they had the train, and the the flying thing. They had a couple of little elements, but they did not have all of this craziness. And she spent, I think it was 2 years building and preparing, and then she got on the show.
So you found her on TikTok, and then you worked with her to help her build her show. And then 2 years later, she got on, right?
Yeah, yeah, and she grew really fast. I mean, her elements were all handmade when I first found her, so I knew she had what it takes to create something really, really unique. And we love unique and handmade DIY. And even if you have store bought, you can still build stuff around it that makes it unique. And I just knew she was always going to have something really magical. And look at that. I mean, oh.
Fog machine, nice color palette. I love their outfits. Love their outfits.
They are the cutest, and they have the names of their kids on the train, like cute little elements, and they just built like they didn't stop from the minute I kind of called them. They just worked year round on the things, everything like hand painted, handmade. They do the little houses. I mean, look at it. It is just so. For me, it's the colors, right? Like, what a
Yeah.
beautiful palette. And it's funny because I was doing a think tank today with someone, and I was like, "You're not allowed to buy white lights anymore because white is just such a bland color, and even just colored spotlights can lighten up something." And
Oh yeah.
I mean, and glitter. I gotta love glitter. Listen, people don't use glitter enough in your painted cutouts. And
Oh
fog.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Let me tell you, fog machines will can really add special elements, whether it's in this case for the chimney of the train or spooky forests or cold winter nights.
Now this looks to me like it's do they no, I was gonna say is it just their front yard, but we're gonna have some wait, there's more
Yeah, I'm
moments.
not going to reveal any secrets, but yes, there's always, but wait, there's more's now. That's
Well,
the
what
integral part of the show because you've got more time. We've got more time to fill. I love how Tanya climbs in everything. She just wants to get in
yes.
everything.
And they're wrapped right there. Their tree wrapped with the green lights, I think is genius.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh
yeah. The green's beautiful. They had this when I first found them. They had the Ferris wheel. They had the train. It was the giant elf. So when I first saw the 15-second clip on TikTok, all I saw was this giant elf, and I knew immediately that I wanted to kind of explore further. And then I saw these cute little elements,
mhm.
and I like some people think I'm crazy because when I call them and I say, "Hey, I think you could be on Great Christmas Light Fight," then they watch the show and they go, "Well, I'm not anything like that," and I'm like, "Yeah, but hear me out. I've
Right?
got time if you've got time."
That's your but wait, there's more moment. Like, wait, there's a couple years here, we're gonna help you build.
Yeah, I mean, look, when we found the Pratt brothers, they only had a couple of things in their yard. When we found Ben Sumner, both of them won their episodes. Ben Sumner, he just had the animatronic dolls in his window. He didn't do anything outside.
Hmm.
And we went,
I, I,
hey,
I love their use of solid colors here. Solid colors that really adds a 3D depth versus just throwing a ton of lights on everything.
yeah.
I like what they did here.
I like that ribboning with the lights under it. And look at that. This is the elf that started it all.
Is that
See,
scrunchy?
yeah, it's scrunched ribbon.
Is
Isn't
it?
that a great
Okay,
idea?
it is. And you can pretty much use white lights with that, and then the scrunchies will illuminate it with color.
And this is a
And that's part.
testament to you don't have to spend a lot of money, right? You
Yeah.
do not have to spend a lot of money to have a spectacular display. If you're making things, it doesn't cost as much as getting a Home Depot 12-foot skeleton.
You're not wrong. Those things are freaking expensive for what you get, and they don't
Yeah.
last too long.
Yeah.
So they're little shops here. Are those just they just put plywood and nails? I guess they're actually talking about it right now. Okay.
Well, some of them are the recycled toy houses, which
Okay.
I encourage a lot of people to do. You can find them on Facebook Marketplace. People are literally giving them away if you'll just come and take them. And again, ways
Mhm.
to get props without having to spend any money. Like it's that's you just got to get creative. You can also kind of get on your local community pages and be like, hey, I really want to get on this show. It's my absolute dream. Can anyone give me their recycled Christmas trees? Can anyone give me their toy houses? Can anyone give me their lights when they're retiring them? And then in some ways, then it becomes a community effort. Love this batting. Look at this. I mean, I thoroughly recommend people to cover their ground because when you have
Mhm.
that sweeping, big, broad opening money shot, it's spectacular.
Mhm.
It's a palette. It's a paint palette. It's a
Yeah.
canvas. It's like this. I mean, it's just a store. It's a beautiful painting. We might as well be looking at a painting or an artwork.
Mhm. Artwork. That's a great way to put it. You're back. You're on the other side of the street. You're looking at it on a canvas, and it's what you get to take in. You have high eye candy everywhere. That's a great way to put it.
I love it when she would send me little texts when she made all of these herself. These are not
Oh, wow.
real. They are styrofoam cakes with, obviously what's that stuff that's the foamy stuff?
Oh yeah, spray foam. Yeah.
Yeah, that and various other things. But she made all of these, and she would send me pictures as she grew and grew. And it's one of these things where you get to know the family, and you get to know their grandkids, and it's such an incredible gift to kind of see somebody who they've just done this for years for their local community. They've got this talent that they've never really utilized other than just giving people happy Christmas displays, and then get
Right.
to do it on a world stage, and to just unleash that creativity in a way, who in their lifetime gets given a platform to have a national television show showcase their artistry.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Will, you know Will from last week, says the display is awesome. He was on Great Christmas Light Fight last week. Now he's watching it with us. So from contestant to the show, and then Chris says this lot gives people the smaller lots some real hope of getting on the show.
Look, we size doesn't matter. Back in the day, I guess when we first started, it was like really big displays and the ooh ahs. But
Mhm.
we've evolved to a point. Well, certainly our ability to film has evolved as technology has increased and things like that. But people have become more creative and more unique. And our
Right.
bosses always go, "I'll rather have something small that we've never seen before than an acre of store bought stuff with no themes." Right? Because
Yeah.
you're walking around the judges, you're telling a story, you're taking them on a journey, and the people that's sitting at home, they want to know. They don't like if you say, "Well, I got this at Home Depot on sale every January for the last 40 years." What else are you going to talk about?
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you take the Home Depot stuff and you build little houses for them, or you put them in a forest, or you create a river in your garden, like there's numerous ways that you can kind of create a theme around store bought stuff.
We made a 13-foot tall cupcake one year, as tall as our house. We put picket fence on the sides, and then I think we used 52 cans of spray foam, painted it, took a ball, painted it red, put it on top. Won't do that again, but that was a fun DIY moment. So it's just whatever you can think of, you can create, and that
Yeah.
can lead to being on the show.
Here's a fun fact. If you're worried that you're not creative, you can put into Chat GPT and be like, I want to create a forest. Can you tell me 10 different things I can do using retired toy houses, and it'll come up with themes, it'll come up with signs, it'll come up with interactive elements. it will help you be creative if you're not that type of person.
AJ, I'm gonna steal the idea and I'm gonna make that into a standalone episode on my channel. That is genius idea. That
Yeah.
is a great idea.
Hey, I'll do it with you. I'll show you how I do it because, like,
Done.
there's some really fun elements that you can ask ChatGPT, and it can even come up with visuals to show you how to paint, and it can come up with actual cutouts that you can then print out and cut out. You can literally make it your personal assistant.
No, oh, I
Look,
use it all the
look,
time for other things. Look at
wait,
that.
wait. This is one of my best, but wait, there's more moments I've ever created.
So Santa's just chilling.
He's in the hot tub.
Nice.
As soon as
Now,
I saw the hot tub, I went, we need Santa in the hot tub.
yeah, because the sign outside says "No elves alive, Santa spa or
Yeah.
allowed."
Yeah.
Genius.
I just knew it. I was like, let me please do this. And then she did, and she built the whole thing around it. And
So,
oh,
so, so how did they get Santa there? He's coming down a little early, but he's hard working. He's hard working.
Santa needed a rest because he'd been really busy in his workshop. And so they sent him a letter and said, hey, can you come and hang out and meet Tanya? And Santa was such a cool dude. He flew in just for the day, took a night off, left the elves to work because, she's
Yeah.
got some elves here that work really hard. And he came and sat in the spa just for us. We're good
He's
friends
got to
with
drive a
Santa.
red car later, but that's like 30 minutes from now. Brian says hi to you.
Hi, Brian.
So that was neat. I like
How
that.
cool
To
is
me,
it?
I like the elf and the green tree. I like the solid colors. I think they did a great job making that more of a 3D. Make the small space seem a lot bigger.
See, look at
That was
that. That
neat.
is like not a huge space, but it is breathtaking. And I always try to encourage people to have 10 to 12 things you can stop and talk about, a minimum 10 to 12 pieces that you can go around and talk. I call them walk and talks.
Right. Going to Danville, California for the Perez family.
And now keep in mind, an impromptu tonight, so I didn't bring in a bunch of notes. So some of these families, I first of all, I haven't seen these filmed. I'm watching this for the first time, as are you. So I might not know a lot of facts about the families that aren't mine, just because there's a lot of insider knowledge. So, we'll just have to kind of more watch it
Yeah.
as a passenger. Love the wrapping though. I've got to say, if you have trees or poles on columns on your house or trees, wrap them fine or use net lighting or something.
Mhm.
Use the potato shooter like the guy last week.
Yeah.
The poles, anything. Just fill it because there's such a light suck in a yard.
If it's one thing I know, it's AC lights. I can tell you those columns had at least 4,000 lights per column just by looking at them.
Wow. I'd love to know how many zip ties we've used over the years with all of our people. It would be
Oh,
millions.
great. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be a great piece of trivia. I love her flannel right there. That's a great green on one side, running on the other. I like it. Okay.
So this is a really fun hack. There's a guy on YouTube, and he does a lot of this stuff. Isaac Vargas, I'm sure you know him in the community.
Yeah.
He does lots of DIY. Our V&A Gingy House used a lot of these kinds of things. Pool noodles. Pool noodles are the cheapest thing you can use to create incredible props.
Hmm.
Lollipops, candy canes, you name it. There's a purpose for it, and they're so cheap at the Dollar Tree store.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Or
It's
even
just
garage sales.
Yeah,
And
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
you pick
It's
them up
just a
for a
good
penny.
cheap hack. Yeah.
Brian says he's not familiar with the Perez family. He couldn't find any data on them earlier this year.
Ah, this is the one. So he's going to madly scramble to find out all of the information. He was trying to get the information out of us, but we don't reveal our families until they're revealed on the show.
Hmm.
And look at these kids. Aren't they just so cute?
Yeah,
One of the things when we reach out to families, we always say, we're going to create a time capsule for you and your family. We're going to give you an incredible Hollywood experience, create lasting memories. You're going to have 2 days that are going to be the biggest and best, most exciting, exhausting days of your life. and then you're going to have it forever, and it's a time capsule.
Yes. Yeah. I think you and I talked about that maybe last week. That's one of the reasons why I do my shows is because my great grandkids will not have a resource to see what was Grandpa Charlie like. Oh, he was loud and obnoxious. I didn't miss anything. Oh, I love their outfits.
I know, they're so cute.
That is cool. I like that.
And the
I like
dressing
the
up,
outfits. Go ahead.
you're gone.
No, I was saying I like the outfit. The outfits at the beginning, and I always like the winner's reaction at the end.
Yeah. Well, the dressing up starts from day one because when you have your interview, usually either with me or Jamie, you have to dress up, and it's usually summer, but now it'll be spring that we've moved everything forward. But it's still going to be warm in spring in some places, and you have to wear Christmas hats and Christmas outfits and get all, Christmassy. And usually it's
Yeah,
peak of summer and it's like 120 degrees, and these people are like, but
yeah,
we do like you to dress up Christmassy for your interview.
yeah. He's agreeing with you. The time capsule is so true. He says
Yeah,
so.
it's precious.
He now has something to show his family a few generations from now.
Exactly. Yeah.
One
It's
billion zip ties. Yeah, Chris is saying AJ is so joyful. Her ideas are wonderful. I agree.
Aw.
And love all the insights for future light fighters.
Well, and we have a program. We have a little think tank program that if once you're in the system, and if you are kind of if you have an ambition to get on, now this is something that no other show has. If it is your ambition, goal, dream to be on the show, and you prove that you're willing to do the work and you prove that you've got what it takes, we work with you. You can come to me with 3 things in your yard and go, I want to get on the show. I will do what it takes. I will work with you. We have this thing called a think tank, and it's a couple of times a year. And I sit on a Zoom with you and we go through your footage or we walk through your display. And then we build it. We build it from the ground up, and we brainstorm what we can do and what other things we can add. If you don't have a theme, we come up with a theme. We work out who you are and what's passionate about you or what's local to you, what's the story that you can tell that's unique. And then we build it from the ground up pretty much. And that's how, so some of those places like they're like I'm just so close to their family because we've worked for them years. I think we spent 4 years working with the Pratts.
Okay, so building it up,
Yeah.
working with them. Now you
Yeah.
say you do it once a year or twice a year for the think tank.
So we do it twice a year. So I'll do it at Christmas time, and then I'll do it when we're back, which is now spring, not summer. And
Mhm.
yeah, and like we will work with you because we want the show to go forever, right? And
Yeah,
as people's displays retire, there's a younger generation who have there's new tips, there's new tricks, there's new props, there's new materials, there's new vision, and we want to work and grow with you. The only way we have a show is if we still have new displays, and if it comes to like working with people to help them grow into a shower, then that's what we'll do.
yeah. I still haven't figured out how to put that on a T-shirt yet. I'm a glower and a shower or something like that. I'll have an epiphany one day. It'll come to me. Uh,
Yeah.
we'll figure it out.
What about I'm a glower, not a shower?
I'm a glower, not a shower. I like it. I like it. There's a T-shirt there.
And then it's like one of those bulbs that have the pointy top.
I like it. I like it. I need to work on that as a T-shirt design. My gosh.
Mm.
Have you been to any Christmas parties this year?
I did. I went to one in Vegas last week, actually.
How'd that
That's
go
why
for
I
you?
was busy last week. It was hard for me to get to the show because it was like I had to rearrange things. But yeah, I was at a big Christmas party. For those who know me, I make silly Facebook videos, very silly Facebook videos. They're sketches and they're very very silly, and they're made for Facebook through a particular company, and it's a big company, and that's who had the Christmas party.
Oh, very cool.
A bunch of people who make silly videos. Unlike these videos, these are not silly videos.
I love that. I can already tell that they did something in the driveway, so that was smart. Oh, I like that.
Well, we always do ask people to fill their driveway, and we
Yeah.
understand that you're using your driveway. So we're not necessarily asking you to do it for the whole of winter. We do ask that you can come up with something that you can show and film and then put it away. And then same with when we come and film. You don't have to have it up the whole time, but just something. Archways for the driveway. Anything you can come and just put in. Like that guy last week who had the snap on in the driveway, how he had it
Hmm.
on the platform and then he just brought it into the driveway and snapped it down onto the ground.
Yep.
That was genius.
There's lots of cool DIY moments coming out of this time, out of this season.
And but look at the precision here. This is something I always look at the lines. I always say lots of straight lines, borders. Look at that path, straight lines. The trees, straight lines. Filling the grass, like absolutely filled again. Filling that grass, filling the lawn. Trees, look at that. Oh, I love that. Did you see those firework lights?
Nice.
That was
That-
nice. And then again, you've got store-bought stuff here, but it reminds me a little of the picturesqueness of Evelyn Quintero, right? What you're
I
looking
mentioned her
at,
last episode. Yeah.
it's a landscape, it's a beautiful painting. Again, it's just spectacular placement and it's a picture. You're looking at a living painting.
Yeah. Yeah. Brian said he left his driveway alone, but decorated it more after Felicia suggested the driveway.
Yeah. And and a lot of times people say, mine doesn't look like they look on the show. When you know the show is coming, you go extra because all of a sudden you've got a 1 in 3 chance of winning $50,000 and getting that trophy. So
Yeah.
you do go harder than you would normally. It's just what happens, you know?
Hmm. Yeah. It's worth spending the extra $200 on the plywood to build the new prop when you can get 50,000. 50,000? 200. We'll spend the 200 to get the plywood.
Well, also, we don't have a rule about borrowing. So if we're coming out and your roof isn't done, go and borrow your neighbour's lights and everyone else's lights in the street and do your roof. The amount of people who, don't do their roof and then they don't win, it's like you just got to do it. Just do the roof because it's such a dark spot, and especially when you see that opening shot and it comes up the top with what Felicia was describing as the jib or crane, and it's this big crane that comes up and you want to see that beautiful light.
That's two genius ideas in one show tonight. Chat GPT for ideas and borrowing lights. That's never even dawned on me to suggest that to people to borrow lights. That's
Oh,
brilliant.
absolutely. And
I had to
also
write that down.
upcycle, collect everybody's, because how many times have people in their life finally decided to upgrade their Christmas tree even though the one they have works fine?
Yeah.
What do you do with it? Most people just leave it outside. Donate it. Be the donation center. Have a
Yeah.
Christmas tree forest. But wait, there's more inside your house and have the 30 Christmas trees inside your house.
And with Chat GPT, no, with Facebook and social media and the Nextdoor app, you can put that on exactly what you said. Hey, try and get
Yep.
on the Great Christmas Light Fight. Can I have your trees?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially this time of year. Like just as people are
Yeah.
planning, and also when they put their trees up and suddenly because even if the trees don't work anymore, you can paint them, you can decorate them, you can put your own lights in them. Like
Yeah.
you can take all of the broken trees. Next thing you know, you've got something, an idea. You could do a walk through forest. You could, like I say, you can have an indoor one. You could have an indoor one and have each tree decorated. And you could like approach companies and be like, hey, give me 30 socks and have a sock tree. And, just
Yeah.
take all these, get Coke and be like, hey, some products we could have, some products we can't. But like if you had an entire tree in pink, an entire tree in blue, like there's lots of ways you can kind of hack it to make really great, unique things.
Now I just want a tree made out of socks. I want to see this now. I want to
Sock
see it.
tree.
Snow
uh,
snow machines.
love snow machines.
Yeah. I bought a cold spark machine this year, and it didn't last very long. I was like, that sucks. About takes $25 worth of powder. It's only on for 5 minutes. I was
Oh
disappointed. I'm still
wow.
tweaking how I can use it. I like that.
I love some snow.
And I think he's already gone. Bill was on here earlier about. I want to say he has a snow machine. Yeah, he has a snow machine in front of his yard. Yeah, several people in the chat do tonight.
See
Ryan has
those little
found the
silhouette
question.
ones? Those silhouette things, you can get ChatGPT to make those and make you a stencil that you can print out.
Nice. Silhouettes are really popping this year. Last
Yeah.
2 years, actually. I think they're going to be huge over the next 5 years.
Yeah, there's a lady on TikTok and she's done her entire house. It's so cool.
Really.
Mm.
Have,
And
have
I've
you
watched her every year. She's like she does it. She does a different wall every year. It just gets bigger and bigger.
have you found any new this holiday season? New people you're going to start reaching out to?
Yeah, yeah. Well, Alicia's the queen. She's like a robot. She's unbelievable. She finds really big displays that we thought never existed anymore, and she's just incredible. My niche is the handmade ones, so I find people that I'm going to grow with. So I look for anything that's handmade, cutouts, mechanical. Um, I found a house the other day that I don't want to give it away, but it's they V&A Gingy House was a gingerbread house. Well, this was a very popular toy that they have turned their house into. And I'm like, oh, what if they do their whole yard? What if they do their trees like this, like blah blah blah? And so I'm about to reach out to them tomorrow and be like, hey, I've got a crazy idea for you. And sometimes they literally think I'm insane and go no. And sometimes like the Plords are like, yeah, well, like the Loader family, they're like, yeah, why not?
Like, give it a whirl. So what's the craziest way you've ever contacted somebody? You call them, you social media, anything else, anything weird,
Yeah,
unusual?
I got a neighbor to walk across the street and hand a note to them. I did that
Nice.
once. And fun fact, in my other job, I cast a lot of shows. One time I had to get in touch with the sheriff in town, and what I did was I rang the donut shop and I got them to deliver donuts to the station with my phone number in the box.
Nice. That's genius. Okay, you guys ready for a glazed donut? Let's go. That's
I also
awesome.
called all the barbecue places in town and left my phone number for him as well.
My father-in-law was big into Ham's light beer. Nobody likes Ham's light beer, but he was. So my wife and they live in a very small town. She called the one liquor store, said, "Hey, I want to pre-buy some light beer for my dad when he comes in." They go, "Okay." So that's my one experience. She just cold called the liquor store. Say,
I
"I can't get there for Christmas." I'm like, that was funny. That was a unique Christmas gift.
love that. That is cute. That's thoughtful from the heart.
Yeah, you never know. Hey, here's some beer, Dad. That was funny.
I love it.
What are you doing for Christmas this year?
I'm actually going up to the snow. I'm going to Wrightwood. I've rented a cabin at the top of a mountain. It's literally at the top of a mountain. There's nothing
Nice.
else to see other than snowfields.
Love
And
it.
there's a hammock on the balcony, and there's a hot tub on the balcony. And I'll be sitting there at night having a few little drinkies and then go skiing the next day.
Love that. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's brilliant. I
And
think I
also
told you my
be,
wife and I we went to Finland a couple years ago, and
ooh.
you get in the sauna. It's 190 degrees. You get out, then you jump immediately into 33-degree Baltic Sea, and you just keep
Ooh.
repeating that. That was fun. But yeah, it was light snow coming down. It's like you're in a snow globe the whole
Oh,
time. You're gonna have
wow.
an amazing time.
I'm so excited. It's me and my son. He's my best friend. So we're going to go on a little road trip, which is super cool. And we're Aussies. So we never have a white Christmas. We found out that it is going to snow. Thank God, because there's not been much snow here up in California. So we get to kind of have a white, cold Christmas because Christmas in Australia is hot summer.
Yes. Yes. Now, are you you go skiing often?
My mum had a ski lodge, so I grew up skiing. So I
Okay.
do try to ski quite a lot. I have been known to do the black diamonds.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
too old nowadays to do Black Diamond. I'm way too old. I creak too much, and the falls are too hard. I'll go intermediate every now and then. But I'm even happy just to stick to the green slopes.
Yeah, that's Albuquerque, New Mexico. The Plord family. I'm probably saying that name wrong. How do you pronounce this family? Do you know?
Claude family. Oh my gosh, this is my darling family. I didn't realize I had two in one tonight. Oh, this is an incredible story. So, this man has been building it for 50 years, and Nate is his neighbor. Dave, they don't call him Mr. Christmas. They call him something else. I can't remember what it is. The I can't remember what it's called. But he has been doing it anyway. He's gotten too old to do it, and he was going to retire. And Nate and the neighborhood went, nope, we're not going to let you. We are going to help you, and we're going to you point, and we'll poke. And they did it, and they did it for him, and they've managed to keep it alive. They've done it again this year. And he's had some real struggles. There's been some health struggles. In fact, Dave's wife this week ended up in hospital.
Ooh,
And so they do have a GoFundMe. If you can find their page, they are, trying to help him retire without having to worry and work and not have any kind of money troubles, because he's given his life, and he's built this display on his own with his own money, and so he's just a beautiful, beautiful soul, and he just deserves to retire happily, and without any worries. And that is one of the good things about coming on the Great Christmas Light Fight. A lot of people have a lot of charitable endeavors. Some people want to raise awareness for cancer charities, or just even treatments of certain things, or research development. And there is a great platform to do this with the show. We don't always mention everything on the show, but you have an
yeah.
opportunity. The local news will cover the show, more people will come out. I know that Jordan Maywald, I think he's raised $500,000 for the Make a Wish Foundation.
Yep.
And then we had a family in Florida, and they would raise about $3,000 to $5,000 for their local dog shelter. And this year, the show aired just through both online donations, like in person, but also they went online to the Facebook page, and they had a few fundraising. They raised $57,000 that year.
Nice.
So
Nice.
there's plenty of ways to really to use this platform in a way that is really helpful. Oh, look at him! He's all emotional.
Yeah. This is a
We
great dating story right here. How did you find them?
Again, I found a clip on YouTube, and no, actually, that's a lie. There was a story. There was a news story about Nate and the neighborhood coming together and helping him keep the display alive. And that's another common way that we do find people. We do find news articles, and then again, we get stalkery, and we look around, and we go into the white pages, and then we try and find Facebook pages. There's a million ways. Like, sometimes I'll get a bee in my bonnet about it, and I I'll then call relatives, because sometimes in white pages, it's not white
Mhm.
pages, it's actually something else that we use, but uh it shows like their neighbors, and it shows their relatives. And so
Mhm.
I'll just keep calling numbers until someone says, "Oh yeah, I know them."
I hear good things about LexisNexis if you ever need to use them. They're a good way to track folks down too.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, that's not what we use. But yeah,
I
look,
love their
many
outfits
ways.
here. They're all green. They're all going military. He's got his Air
Well, I
Force
think
on
he's a
there.
veteran. From memory, he's a
Mhm.
veteran.
Yeah, he's got the Air Force hat that he's wearing. Um,
Yeah.
so right there, I got to vote for this guy. I got to vote
Oh, I
for him, no
think they
matter
called
what
him
he looks
the
like.
Commander of Christmas. That's what it was. The Commander of Christmas.
Yeah, brilliant name. Brilliant name. It looks like they're all taking their places, so there must be multiple places to plug this in at one time.
Well, that's what I always say about this special moment, the big woohoo moment. It's a lot of the magic of television. So we do say try to come up with something really fun and unique, but at the end of the day, it's somebody flipping a light switch. But through the magic of television, we get to have something really magical.
Yeah,
I think
agreed.
they did it this way because it's like they're his army, right? So like that's the
Makes
theme.
sense.
It's not just, oh, quick, everyone. I think it's his army of people who've come together to put this display together. So the many hands make light work. If they didn't use that pun, they should have. I'm sure they did. Again, I'm watching fresh, but
Yeah,
it
same,
is
same.
the true embodiment of many hands make light work.
Brian saying AJ's always sliding up in people's DMs.
Always. I'm the DM queen.
And then John Chase is saying, hi, AJ.
Hi, Joan.
He's got his nice display there. Just, that's a good looking thumbnail you got there.
John's got
So
a great display. I love it.
I'm going to segue real quick. For folks that are not in our Discord, we announced it today. We're giving away $8,000 in prizes. Not quite $50,000. We got
Whew.
$8,000 in prizes this year, donated by J.R. Matos. The winner, we have a stack display. We have AC lights display. We have a pixel display. And
Wow.
JR and his team is going to pick whomever they feel is the most deserving of the Spark Award. Whoever they feel has a display that will motivate others to do will win $750. And the trophy, trophy's legit, folks. It's the second greatest trophy in the industry. Send me video of your display, horizontal, just like the light fight, to christmasoncrestline at gmail.com. And the light fight, but I used to brag about this. I haven't bragged about this in the last few years. But by happenstance, 6 of my former contestants have been either cast or alternates on the light fight. So use me as a resource to get you on the Great Christmas Light Fight, folks. Send me your video.
Yeah, we definitely follow you. We definitely sneak up into your video. Like as soon as you publish the list, I'm already in there checking them out. Like there's absolutely, you could just save me time and just send them to me. That would be easier.
Bill, there you go. There you go. Well, I sent one to you last year. It was my cousin, actually. He has the Chase Family Christmas lights. So we did I always forget the name of the box or whatever I dropped video in. I don't think he's changed much this year. We haven't been out to his display this year. So yeah. Send if you guys like money and free stuff, send me video of your display. Will, I saw yours earlier. I haven't gotten that. Ryan, I don't think I've gotten yours yet. John Chase, send me video of your display. Brian, I know you toned your show down this year. So send me a video of whatever you got on your house, brother. Now, one of these days, AJ. Now, AJ, you're living in an apartment, no lights, but you're going to a cabin. Are you going to take any lights with you? Throw up a little tree or anything?
No, but I have the tree of my dreams this year. I'm just gonna. I have. This year I invested in the tree of my dreams,
Nice. Oh,
and
I
I've
love the glow up
always.
ceiling.
Yeah, I know it basically hits right up the roof. But it's literally like it has 16 different lights and has all the LED thing, where you can change everything.
I like
I've
it.
lost. I don't know where the button is. Oh, is that the button? Oh yeah, there. Um, I don't even know how to use it. It's that new. But I've always wanted a tree like this, and white. See,
Oh, look at that. Let's go.
oh,
Now, is that a Twinkly or what brand makes that?
I don't know.
No worries. Wasn't trying to
I
put you
know
on the spot there.
it was very expensive.
There you go.
I
That's how
just
you know
know
it's high quality.
it was very expensive.
Yeah, they're not
It's so
cheap, are they?
expensive. And no, and I don't even know. I don't even know how to use it. To be honest, it's like it's got too many buttons.
One
Oh,
of the
what happened?
biggest questions I get each year. Oh, look at those cars. Okay. One of the biggest questions I get each other is how do you fix pre-lit Christmas trees? And you can't. They're not designed to be fixed. Wow, look at that.
Oh, so this is the but wait, there's more moment. They have a yearly car parade that comes through. So and as soon as he told me that, I was like, oh, okay, well we're doing that. Thank you. Yep, great. Order them. I have very
Nice.
fixed ideas. When people start sharing what they've got, I have very fixed ideas about what I think they should do.
Okay. Well, you obviously know what you're doing.
It's
They
it's it's a real joy. It is
too.
to be involved in helping people create something. For those who it isn't already finished. I mean, we do get people that are already done. Like we have people who it's been their life's work and it's just done. Like this, we didn't help them do anything. Like that, this was plug and play.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, this is a lifetime's work. And look at it. I mean, this man has dedicated his entire life. He's never had a Christmas off from his 20s. And he's like 90 ish.
Wow.
I mean, he's old. He's really old. I don't know how old he is, but
Yeah,
I think he's,
yeah.
he's around
Dedication,
there.
tradition.
And just
Wow.
look at that flag. And just what an incredible human being, you know.
Right.
And
Yeah.
also like the whole neighborhood coming together and being like, no, we're going to keep Christmas alive.
Yes. So that right there tells me that people move in this neighborhood tend to probably stay in this neighborhood.
Oh yeah. Yeah, people like come and like move in because of the Christmas lights.
Yeah. Yeah, we have an Airbnb on my block, which I did not know until recently. And they're like, yeah, we use your Christmas display as part of our advertisement. I'm like, yeah, okay, all right, there you go.
They should be paying you. Pay you a
Yeah,
fee.
hey, copyright. There you
Yeah.
go. So he's got some new stuff like the tree there, but he's got some incandescent on there too. He's got some older props as well as new props.
Yeah, I think good Nate has also really helped him with that too. You know, kind of keep it alive a little bit and bring it to life and reduce the cost, obviously, because we know how expensive, you know, it could have been to run your displays. I mean, back in the days when we were back in the office, when I first started, which was season 5, you know, people had $5,000 to $7,000 light bills at Christmas,
Oh
and
yeah,
they would collect donations just to be able to pay the light bill. Well, with LEDs, it's like another $50.
yeah, it's nothing. Yeah. Yeah, that's one question I
And
think we
look,
probably all get. Is, hey, how much is your electricity bill? I'm like, yeah, it's LED. It's nothing. It's like, no, yeah,
yeah,
and like an extra $50 for the year, whatever. Who cares?
exactly. And now look, this is the classic example of a store-bought show getting on the show, right? But
Yeah,
again, it is a picture of perfection. If you are going to have store bought, you want it to look like a painting. It has to be precise, absolutely perfection. Look at it. You can't fault it. There's nothing out of line. Nate would have gone in there and had Dave over his shoulder measuring inch by inch to make sure that it all fit. And look, all the windows completely covered. Like
hmm
every inch of that house is covered. And that's how you fill it in. You fill in. I was doing a think tank today, and I said, color it in. I said, look at this as if this is a page that you're coloring in a coloring in book. And if you
hmm
see 90% white, then you're not there. But if you see 90% color, then you're there.
right. That makes sense.
You got to look at it as a picture like this. Pull out, look at the big picture. Is it colored in? Yes, it is.
Oh, nice little painter's tape. Okay, suction cups. All right. Yeah, I always tell people go across the street and look at your yard and don't focus on the lights. Focus on the dark spots, and then go in there.
Fun fact for people thinking of doing their car, try to not do red or blue because it's technically illegal and the cops can pull you over. So if you're going to do it multicolored, and even then, if you've got red and blue, they can technically still pull you over.
Yeah. So in Kansas, you can have red cleared. You can have amber. No blue and no green actually.
Yeah, so each state is obviously different, but they just thought, just a little
Yeah.
caveat there for
Yeah.
people who see this and like, I'm going to go and do my car, and then they get pulled over.
Yeah, gotta watch out for those police officers, folks, and sometimes it's the wrench behind the wheel. You just never know.
Well, sometimes the popo says no to the ho ho.
Oh, that's a great line. You're on fire tonight, AJ. I'm definitely writing that. There's a T-shirt in there.
The popo says no to the ho ho.
Yes, that's freaking awesome.
Well, they got to come in and do all the crowds and, the noise and the lights, and then the neighbors complain. The popo saying no to the ho ho.
It's like, no Christmas spirit for you. You got to go home. You got to get out of here.
Bah humbug.
Very
Oh,
cool.
Nate is such a good guy. Nate Bywater is his name. He is a stand-up man. He just cares so deeply for Dave. He wants him to retire and not have to worry about medical bills and how to how to survive. And this is a man who's given to his country, he's given to his community. So if anyone ever deserved a helping hand, he is it. Look at this. Oh, I love this. How good is this?
But wait, there's more.
See, there, even if you don't have a backyard to fill in, there's always ways to get creative on the but wait, there's more.
Yeah. Yeah. Call your buddies in.
It's going to be a tough decision.
Yeah. Brian likes the po no ho ho line.
Well, if you make a t-shirt, I want one.
Yep. Okay. Deal. Season 13 has been so good. Not better than season 11, though, but good. That's funny.
Or it's like, don't let the popo say no to the ho-ho.
Boom. Even better. Oh, she's going on a ride. Okay. Get in the car.
Well, again, Tanya climbing into things. We do love it.
Yeah, Brian doesn't know who's going to win. He's got a he likes this family so far. Yes, greatlightfightcasting.com. We got a banner for that, as it turns out. Boom.
Yeah, lightfightcasting.com, or I'm all over Facebook. You can hit me up on Facebook. You can find me on all of the social medias, and I'm really easy to find. I'm AJ Rochester. You can slide into my DMs because likely I'm going to slide into yours.
So yes, I think I have my wife's permission to slide into your DMs, AJ. I think we're good
You've
there.
been sliding into my DMs for quite a while.
Yeah, you're not lying. You're not lying. Rob had a question earlier. Let me see if I can find it. He said there was somebody a few years ago. Where'd it go? That was asking for donations and getting it. Yeah, they said, was there somebody a couple years ago on the show that asked people to donate their stuff? They're gonna throw. Yeah, I forget which family that was, but you're right. There was somebody like that.
Oh, there's a ton. We have, most light displays have some element of charitable fundraising, whether it's a toy drive, a food drive. A lot of them do use their platform, in everyday lives to be able to bring, joy and happiness to whoever. And particularly like last week, the Vestali family, they raise money and awareness for breast cancer charities. And there's many reasons why people do these displays, and so what a great way to share the Christmas spirit but also do good as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's just a fun experience all around. I mean, who has a bad time at Christmas with the Christmas lights and you have the show? It's just a fun time all around.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And
it's great.
Bill's asked when I need the video. It was December 15th, but I've kind of lost hope of. But the goal this year, Bill. So AJ, the goal this year was for me to have my video done and released before December 31st. Eh, we've always announced it in January. We're gonna announce it in January. So just get to me by the end of the year, Bill. We're good. Boom, sitting on, very cool. It's a great legacy. So awesome, Brian says. That was a good episode or good segment.
I think we've had a good year. It's been, I think, we've had so many incredible displays, so many incredible stories, so much DIY. I feel like we're getting more and more DIY than we've ever had before, and keep doing it. It's just great. I love it.
And we got a little play on my hat there. Popo, no, Popo ho ho's now PO3 to the HO3. So, yeah. One word. Very cool.
And if I reach out to you and I say I think you could be on the show, and you say, but mine doesn't look like that, know that I'll work with you and I will train you like Rocky Balboa and throw you back into the ring when you're ready to fight.
Get back in there.
Da 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 da
Exactly.
da da da
Exactly.
da da
So you're talking
da.
about skiing earlier. I used to be a decent skier, and then in my it was 19 years ago. last time I went skiing. And I used to be a pretty decent skier, and I was trying. My record was 52 360s in a row, just down the mountain, nothing but 360s. And I tore my
Was that
ACL doing
falling?
that.
Was he rolled down the hill?
No. That was actually me doing 360s on purpose, vertically, and then I snapped my ACL, and it turned into me doing it horizontally. So,
Ah, yowza.
but you know what? Riding down the mountain in one of those little ambulance sleds, fun on TV, not fun in person.
Oh yeah, I bet.
So we're
Oh
seeing here
look.
some DIY. Oh, that's
What
for
are
the
what are
first
people
family. Okay.
thinking? What did Brian? Who did Brian pick for this one?
Brian, who did
Who
you
did,
pick? I forgot to ask for choices. So real quick, type your choice in real quick. Who's going to win? I think Brian chose the last family. I'm probably going to go with him too. I called that early because he's a veteran. I might do this family. I'd have to hear the dialogue to see who she is maybe leaning towards. Um, I don't even know who I picked.
I can't say
Um,
because I unusually I can't say. I can't even say why I know
no,
it.
you're good. I got to go with one or three. He's Air Force. I got to go with him. There's no way I'm getting out of that. I got to go with him. He's military 90, been decorating for 7 years. Brian's guessing the Loader family.
I love that flag. I really love that flag. All right, can you guess by the car?
Yeah, a lot of times we'll get at the reflections. We guessed Battleship just by the reflection. You got that right. Here's
I
the
didn't know that
sleigh.
Felicia
So
had
it is not Mr. Florida.
Mr. Plord.
Florida, thank you. Yes, I don't think.
Oh, my
Can't
battery's
tell
about.
quite yet. Oh, so it's the first family. Okay. L family. Yep. Steve called it. All right. There we go. So I like their use of colors. I was bragging about them. So solid use of colors, adding to the 3D.
I love it.
Are they
My
going
battery's
back into
about
a
to
different
die.
family? They are.
My battery. If I disappear, it's because my phone is literally about to die.
Oh, no worries. You weren't planning on us. I appreciate you. John Chase is saying AJ is great. He talked to you last year.
There we go. I plugged it in. I managed to find some juice.
Yeah. Plugging in the juice last
Yes.
minute. I love it.
Yeah. So the Loader family.
Motor.
I mean, you can't beat that DIY. Like, you just can't. They're like, how could you? I mean, here's the thing. The thing is, they're all amazing, though. Like,
Yes.
we want Dave. Like, we want Dave to win because, it would literally change his life, and he deserves it. And he's given to Christmas, and like they all deserve it. Like everybody,
Yes.
want everybody to have a trophy. You're like, and it's impossible to pick. It's an impossible choice to make.
Yeah, it's like
It's
Rob
just
guessed it
impossible.
right. Brian guessed it right.
Brian did not. He said Dave.
He said you liked the Florida, but was guessing Loader. The Florida.
Lord. Lord.
I'll get it right one of these times. I'll get it right one of these
Yeah.
times. Well, very cool. Oh, well, I meant to ask you when this was on earlier, but I didn't want to stop our momentum. What do they use to cover their ground there?
I think it's just batting. It's just that, that the white batting. I presume
Okay.
that's what everybody uses, but I don't know. I'll ask her and I'll tell you.
Okay. And we were bragging about the trophies. There's no cloudy trophies this year. Everything's been spot on this year.
Cloudy trophies?
Yeah, a lot of the trophies will be cloudy.
Is it because of the cold?
No. So if there's Brian has a whole series on it or a whole episode on this. No, if there's some air gets in there, if the air difference is in there, it'll get cloudy on the inside. And I guess
Oh.
I've had to use a few different trophies in filming before, so
Oh.
that's a neat house. I like that. That's a good. That's a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah. Ah, what a joy. Honestly,
Oh,
it
five
is.
or six. So yeah, Brian got it wrong. Brian got it wrong. 5 or 6 is you're almost perfect. So you're right.
Yeah, I mean, it's a joy and a privilege for me to be able to do this. Like I just am so thankful to everybody who does it and who also people who suggest people to be a part of it. You know, people who reach out to me and send people to me, people who mention me in the forums and the Facebook pages who are like, "Hey AJ, check this one out." Like it really does take a village, and you know, we're grateful, and we thank all of you for sharing your incredible visions and your energy and your time building this, not just for your communities but for our show.
Rob's asking, said he has a buddy who's been trying to get on. A guy named Rob near Franklin Square. You know, remember
Rob,
anybody named
we know Rob.
Franklin?
Rob
Yeah.
DeStefano, we know Rob.
Okay, there you go. There you go. He's in the
Listen,
woods.
chances are I know everybody until I don't know them.
That's fair. That's fair. So hey,
I mean,
I appreciate the heck out of you for impromptu zooming in. You saw Felicia was heading out. You're like, hey, I got this. We're good.
yeah, why not? Listen, again, it takes a village. Look, we're a small team. We, it's very well known that I work 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. I'm getting texts from people at 4 a.m. because it's 7 a.m. where they are. You know, we're not employed all year round, but I do have my foot dipped in the pond all year round. So, um, it is just an absolute joy. And listen, the numbers have been really great this year. So keep watching, keep sharing, watch it multiple times. That's, you know, that's how we keep this show alive. So, you know, play it on repeat, play it on all your different platforms, go back and replay it. Because those numbers really help, and it'll help us continue to stay alive, because you know it's never given. Every year it's, you know, one of those ones where we hold our breath and hope for the best. And so far, touch wood, Christmas continues on the ABC.
Yeah. Yeah, I said at the beginning of this year when you guys announced 4 for 3, everybody's like, "Oh my God, it's going to go away. What are we going to do now?" But I don't think that's the case. You said the numbers are going up. I think going to 3 was a success this year. Everybody liked the extra time to know the families.
Yeah, the but wait, there's more have been so entertaining, and getting to know like how people made stuff a little bit more, and giving people an opportunity to be more expressive and more creative. And you know, normally we wouldn't have a car show, and now we've got this great car show. So there's like all these entertainment elements that we get to do, and have more fun and be more entertaining.
Yep, I agree. You guys did a phenomenal job again this year. And then I'm gonna take you up on your offer to get you on to talk about the Chat GPT and some
Yeah.
extra bits.
Yeah, I'll teach you like 101 tricks to trick out your house, because you know I literally do this. I do this. You know, it's what I do to help people. So why not? Even if you don't want to get on the show, there are so many ways that you can make it so much easier on yourself.
What social medias can people find you on?
I'm on TikTok as AJ Rochester. I'm on Instagram as AJ TV Casting. Facebook, I'm right here, AJ Rochester. So you can pretty much find me everywhere. Google me. Google me. Well, you know, just beware. Just beware. But Google me and you can easily find me, because I am everywhere. But I also just be prepared.
Love it, love it.
I'm famous
Well,
and I'm infamous.
yes, at the same time. At the same time. Well, we'll call it quits here. Hang on for a second for me. But hey, I'm Charlie. Thanks so much for watching the unofficial, official watch party of ABC's Their Great Christmas Light Fight, Season 13. You know we're in all your show. And don't forget, send me the Christmas on Crestline at gmail.com. Send me video, horizontal video of your display. $8,000 in prizes this year to the winners, plus a very cool 8-pound trophy. It's freaking awesome. So we will be back Monday for a live video. We'll see you guys Monday. I'm Charlie. She's AJ, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.